Hi, and welcome to another video of the Target Individual program, the Target Individual Experience. So, during the day, Pam called me a couple of times. I didn't answer the phone because I really didn't want to be. I didn't want to talk to her, because I like to feel out, the day and what it is that they're going to do. So I eventually called her back, which is around minutes to two, and after I got off the phone with her, because it was a very brief conversation, very short. She tried to, try to do this, you know, just have this kind of tone with me, and I just wasn't having it. See, they started with the car honking. So right before that, they were police sirens, and so because I started doing a video, now they switched over to car honking, right? Because again, before that, I just got off the phone with her. Then they started with the police sirens, right? Whoop, that sort of thing. Whoop whoop, you know. So I started recording. Then they start with the car honking. So they've been very, very careful in terms of uh, monitoring me to see if I'm recording, and then they will remain silent. This is the police, right, with the noise campaign with the sirens, okay? But they will do the car honking as you heard. So anyway, so I was just like, for example, I was on Facebook and I was scrolling down. What's her name? This actress, Elise Neal. Just looking at her photos because I was like, I'm saying to myself, how come she never really got a movie? Like, she's a beautiful actress. She can act. So how come she never got the opportunity to really star in a really good movie? You know. So as I was scrolling down, um, it was something that she posted that says fake, and then after I read that, right, because of the remote no monitoring, you hear the police siren went off, right. I said okay, all right, and then the word again, I was reading something that says love, and as I'm reading and I said love again, the police sirens come. So they're, I don't know what their end. I mean, I know what their end game is, but ultimately, from what they're telling the public, um, a lot of the times I think they do this to us, particularly black people, because especially the FBI, CIA, because again, they're trying to eliminate any black person or destroy the life of any black person who they deem as a threat, and they will use whatever means necessary in order to do that. Now, that's not to say there are other TIs out there who are non-black that are also targeted, but they're targeted for a different reason. They might be using the same tactics, the same methods, the technology is the same, but the targeting is for a different reason. Okay, so they're able to use these programs, these technologies to target people for multiple reasons, right? So yeah, so again, so with Pam now, because again they use her to target me, and I left here around after 1 o'clock on a Saturday night, and then she's texting me, like I said, she didn't call me all day yesterday except for after 8 o'clock, and I didn't call her either. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I wanted to see what kind of game they're playing and what they, how they continue to play this game. And so when I did end up calling, when she did call me, I think I was doing something, and then I called her back, and she was on the phone. But I already knew the only reason why she called me was to make sure that I was coming here today. And I said, so she was like, oh, I'm on the phone. She's like, are you coming tomorrow? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay. And, that was it. So she never really called back to really want to talk to me anyways, just to see whether I'm coming, uh, today. Which, like I said, I told her yes. This has been like 2 months already. 2 months she's supposed to be cleaning her apartment, getting a babysitter, right? But she keeps doing things to keep me here, despite knowing how I feel, right? And despite the difficulties, right, of me being here, particularly, in terms of my feelings, in terms of how I'm being targeted here with her, how they're using her to target me, how the noise campaign over here bothers me and stuff like that. But she is, she's basically trying to keep me here to watch the kids without getting rich because she doesn't want to give them the money. But she's telling her people, that, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but that's not what she really wants to do. And like I told her, I said, I said, it's fine, but it's gonna be two conditions. If you want me to watch the kids, go get therapy, right? You get the therapy, and then we work on the issues of us getting along to where, the one, you're not targeting me anymore, okay? And in terms of just being respectful, learn how to be respectful to me. But this is not what they want. They want her to continue to disrespect me. I forgot to mention this, but this morning on the bus over here, there was a gentleman who, gave up his seat so I can sit down. Because he sees, I have my cane and stuff like that, and this woman came on the bus, and when she saw him give up his seat so I could sit down, she started looking at him like in a really mean way. And I'm just like, but this is how they have people want to treat me. And like I said, I'm not going to treat you with respect if you disrespect me. Okay? I'm not going to treat you nice if you're not nice to me. You can forget that shit. Like I said, those that turn in the cheek shit, that shit don't work with me. Okay? And you're not going to turn me into these pitiful Negroes who you can assault, you can abuse, and then they just turn around and say, here's the other cheek, do the same thing. That's not me. That's not ever gonna happen to me. All right. And this is why they hate the fact that I do what I do, because I speak out, because I show exactly what they're doing. So like I said, they're trying to throw everything at me to make it stick. Right. So again, you know like I said, they're listen, I know the reason why they're talking to me, regardless of what they may be trying to convince other people, us, to put a reason why. You know what I'm saying? And so I have no doubt. I'm very clear about why I'm being targeted. I'm very clear about who's targeting me. I'm very clear of who have the technology to do what they're doing. Okay? I'm not going to blame it on no perp outside. I'm not going to blame it on no private corporation. It's the United States government. It is those within law enforcement, those within the security agencies, the CIA, the FBI, the Department of Defense, right? And if you don't believe me, like I tell everybody, you don't believe me, right? Look at Colin Kaepernick. And why would the Department of Defense go to the Baltimore Ravens to tell the owner not to hire Colin Kaepernick? You got to think about that. And this is what I'm talking about. The critical thinking skills of black people today, and just people in general, okay, they have dumbed down society so much. They can kill these young activists, black activists, right? Within the couple of years, 5 of these black activists, including a woman, a black woman, young black woman, killed, right? And nobody, even not a single black person in the community who has the ability to say, who may be in a position of power, right, to say, listen, we need to get together, we need to look into these things. We're not going to take the narrative of the police, okay? Because this is just too, I wouldn't even say it's coincidence, but come on. You have 5 young activists from Ferguson, from the Michael Brown situation, and these are activists, and they're all dead in a couple of years. Okay? A few years. Right? No one bats an eye. A judge in New York City, black woman, found dead in Hudson River, said she committed suicide. This woman has been a staunch supporter of police reform, of holding police accountable. Right? They found her body in the damn Hudson River. Okay? And yet the report from the police is a suicide. Listen to me when I tell you, this is how they are killing us and getting away with this shit. Same thing they did with Sandra Blank, or she killed herself. She committed suicide. Right? And we as black people walking around here with a damn heads up in the cloud, waiting for some savior to come down and save us. Because that's what we've been indoctrinated with. That's what we've been taught to believe. Right? Where every other group of people, they're taught to believe in themselves. In themselves. Right? When they're oppressed, what do? Rely on themselves. White people in this country right? If they believe in God so much and God coming out to save them, why the hell did they fight against King George? Right? Why? Why didn't they just pray to God and Jesus to come save them and sit on their ass and continue to be abused? Why? They took up arms, right? But black people, they want you to march and do all of that shit, right? And we never think about those things. At least if we think about them, is very short sighted. We put it aside because we as black people, we want to live in a colorblind society, but we don't live in a colorblind society. So we lie to ourselves, we fool ourselves, we develop this delusional thinking, right? And part of it is their conditioning of us into thinking like that and believing like that. But when are we going to wake up? When? Me being a TI, and I say this to TI all the time, stop letting these people try to tell you what to think and what to believe. Do the research yourself. Do the research. Okay? It ain't no damn shape shifting lizard people or whatever. That's the shit that they want to put in your head to make you believe so you can take the accountability away from the government. Right? It ain't no alien technology. Right? This is again a narrative that they want to create to make you believe so you can take the accountability away from those that have created, developed these technologies, have created these programs, which is the US government and the security agencies, law enforcement agencies. They're the ones, and military, they're the ones that have created these types of technology and these types of programs. Like, wake the fuck up. You look at black people who were civil rights leaders and are so-called civil rights leaders and how watered down they've become. Is the reason why they locked up and destroyed the Black Panther Party. There's a reason why they killed Fred Hampton, right? There's a reason why they kill all black leaders who stand up against colonialism and white European and American imperialism. There's a reason why that is. There's a reason why they killed Bob Marley. There's a reason why they killed Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. There's a reason why they killed Dr. Khalid Muhammad. Right? There's a reason why when Kanye West came out and said George Bush doesn't like black people, they try to destroy his mind. Okay? There's a reason why Clarence Thomas, the black Supreme Court justice, won't do anything on the bench to support and defend the rights of black Americans. But we don't seem to understand that. We don't seem to get it. They have us worshiping their mass murderers. The people who murdered us, raped our women, raped our forefathers and mothers, who slaughter thousands of black people, and they have us worshiping those people. I mean, come on. I just want you guys I'm not talking to TIs. I'm talking to I'm talking to specifically black people. So if you're black and you're a TI, then this applies to you too. Okay? If you're not, then this conversation right here is really I wouldn't say not for you, but I'm specifically gearing it to black people as well as black TIs. Okay? Open your mind. Start thinking critically. Do the research. Okay? And when you look at society today, the amount of I'm not going to say delusional, but the far off thinking. You know what they do on social media, how they manipulate you on social media. Right? Understand how they manipulate you. There are times when they try to manipulate me on social media. Okay? They'll have a Facebook friend, start talking about stuff that happened to black people, and all of a sudden, that individual is defending the police officer who murder unarmed black men. You know what I'm saying? But I understand is that I'm very good at this point at picking out these agents and picking out these uh, um, compromised black people who like to infiltrate and then try to manipulate others into their way of thinking, which is anti-blackness, right? So they know that I know their program. They know that for the most part I've decoded the shit that their program that they've created, their psychological program. They know this, and this is why they're coming at me hard. This is why you see them talking about all this shit, trying to insinuate, especially Saturday with that guy walking with this. It looked like crackheads, both of them. It was a man and a woman, right? They both look like crackheads. And I guess that this is who they will use. Whoever we've seen this, we've seen police lying, saying they're an informant. They might give a drug addict some cocaine or some crack and say, hey, if you lie and say, we bought drugs at this apartment, what have you, at this house, what have you, right? And then people get killed in the process of them lying. And remember, right? If you go to the to is it the Guardian or the Intercept, right? Where they have declassified documentation from the FBI, in which the FBI they pay people to lie. These people are what they call career informants, and they lie and they lie and they lie and they make a killing, right? Millions of dollars every year, of within a 3 to 5 year period, multi millions lying, and even when they found out the person lie, the FBI will still use those same individuals. Okay, understand this system and what it is doing to us as black people. Understand the lies, the corruption, the technology used to manipulate us, social media used to manipulate us, right? Understand it, and in order to understand it, you got to do the research. Okay, so I will see you guys in the next video.